Hello and welcome to part 2 of the Disney Princesses and the Pink Void. We are picking up where we left off last episode. We'll see you on the other side. Okay, now let's talk Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yes, please.
It's literally just the void. It's the void. It's the part that we can't see, but it's the void. So This is the place where they all hang out and they're together at least until they are needed somewhere on the webpage. They even say that in the film. Like somebody comes in and goes, Belle, I need you for a what Disney princess are you quiz or whatever, right?
Yeah.
They are isolated here, and this is the one place they actually get to interact together, and it's not a place we would get to see. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a fourth wall break. It's weird. And like it's not a place where they feel comfortable. And you know that because when Vanellope walks in, they all go to attack her.
Right.
And then they spend the whole time talking about how hard and scary it is to be a Disney princess. Mm-hmm. Were you tortured? Were you enslaved? Were you poisoned? Were you whatever? And Vanellope goes, no, are you okay? Do I need to call the police?
Right.
And it's supposed to be kitschy and kind of funny, but it doesn't hit the same way Enchanted did, where they were trying to be funny. Mm-hmm. And they were poking fun at the old stories, you know?
Yeah.
So Enchanted also explored how hard and scary it was to be a princess, but with a nod and a wink and a smile, making jokes about the old films, where Ralph Breaks the Internet does not make light of this fact.
Right.
In Ralph Breaks the Internet, we see the princesses mocking the original characters. So we go from adoring Cinderella in Cinderella's time and up until like they first started rebranding, then to poking fun at her in Enchanted, to now outright making fun of her and mocking her character and who she is and what she stands for, essentially.
Right. It's like Disney looked at what they were doing and saying, and they saw the reaction from like mothers and stuff, and they were like, oh, they hate it. Okay, let's pivot real hard.
And speaking of pivoting really hard, you can see the change in the other live action films as well, where they are trying to get so far away from the archetype of Cinderella. They distance themselves so completely in any way, shape, and form that they possibly can. Right. That is Belle. Don't you dare think that is Cinderella. She is nothing like Cinderella, etc., etc. By distancing the other princesses from Cinderella and their original movies, they are more marketable to people who dislike the values of the original movies. So people in our generation who grow up and go, I want to be more than just a wife, more than just, somebody who needs saving. I want more princesses like Merida. They can look at her and or even Belle for that matter, she sacrifices herself to save her father. I want to be heroic. Cinderella is not heroic. Aurora is not heroic because they are being saved. I want to do the saving.
Right. And if you think about like the time period that everything came out, like the earlier stuff, like that was the ideal. That is what you wanted as a woman. You wanted to be saved and have somebody pay for everything and just you take care of the house. And like that was the ideal at the moment. But then once women started being like, no, I can fucking work.
Yep.
And I can be really good at it. That is when you started to get more like.
You want to know something slightly dark about it? Finish your thought, but I have a slightly dark thought about
Sure.
this.
But they started to like realize that it wasn't working, but for the kids of those parents that were going to work and like, I can actually do more than just stay at home. The kids were like, oh, this is media. I like it. And it was quippy and stuff. Yes. So it wasn't for those people that were already working. And then they realized, okay, well, those kids, they're growing up. We got to show them that it's actually like you can be productive and you can be cool and you can kick ass and stuff.
What happens as the new generations grow up?
What do you mean?
The older generation, the generations that were catered to by Cinderella and Aurora, they're dying.
Yeah.
We don't need, Disney doesn't need them anymore.
Oh, so
Disney can now
them.
take Merida and take Mulan and take these characters that have more zing to them and market them side by side with the old characters. And maybe the kids don't love Cinderella as like the movie as much as they love Brave, but because they are being marketed together, there is a similar spark of joy between the two, and thus Disney is still getting money. Because they'll buy dolls, they'll buy books, they'll buy merchandise, because it has a similar vibe now by association, which is how the dolls were marketed together. It's all marketing. It's capitalism. The pink void is capitalism. It's a capitalist scam. Let's look at more merchandise.
Let's.
What do you notice about the Disney coloring book that's got like Peter Pan and Aladdin and this weird dragon bitch who I've never seen before? What do you notice about them?
Pretty sure that's Raya.
Oh. Sorry, girlfriend.
I could be wrong.
Timon and Pumbaa, even.
Yeah.
What do you notice?
Like the background is green instead of pink and blue and purple.
And
there's men.
Oh, well, that too.
It's the quirky one.
The thing that gets me is the bubbles. They are all put together here, but the bubbles signify their own little universe. Like you're gonna open this coloring book and you're not gonna see Timon and Pumbaa standing next to freaking Aladdin.
That's true.
On the same coloring page. They are in their own universes.
You're right.
And I would guarantee you, if I had this coloring book and I could open it up, that would be true.
Yeah.
But if you look at Disney Princess coloring book, they're the same amount of pages, they're the same amount of coloring books, they both have sticker sheets, they are the same thing by Crayola. These Disney princesses are going to be on the same page. They are going to be on the same coloring page. Merida's going to be standing next to Belle, who's going to be standing next to Aurora.
Yeah.
They're going to be in the same universe now. But it's not a universe.
You know, the Disney princess thing is starting to look more and more like a group project. Like the teacher said, you, and you are all part of a group now. Present your project on Friday. And no one's happy to be there. Everyone just wants to like get it done, or they want to avoid it and push off the work onto somebody else, and they can't wait until Friday.
Amen.
Saturday, really.
Here's some other things that get me about this. Their poses are static. They're standing together, but they sure as hell ain't standing together.
Yeah.
They aren't even in the same place. Like if you look at where their feet line up, they're not in the same places.
No, not at all.
It's like they took you take pictures of your family and then you all Photoshop them into one image.
Yeah. It's like, you know how you see like nativity scenes?
Yeah.
And you grab different figures or like sheep or whatever.
To make a nativity. Yeah.
And it's like you put them there, but they're not really like interacting because they're their own little miniature things.
Yep.
It's like that.
It is.
And it gives off, like, I could move you at any time.
Yeah, I know this is a lot of analogies, but if you're not seeing the visuals...
Right.
You need the analogy for it.
Yeah, like, we highly recommend, if you're this far in, just listening, go to YouTube. Just go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube. All the pictures will be in there, I promise.
Yeah, just do it that way. Cause
I can't promise the quality's great, but this is what I could find.
Right. We're working with... the content.
Yeah, all rights reserved. Whoever owns these images, this is just to titillate your brain. I'm not making money off this.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Mattel.
Let's get to the Mattel dolls.
The
pink void is here too, and Anna and Elsa are here, and they are not in the pink void. They are in a blue void with mountains. That is Arendelle. These bitches are in a pink void.
Why?
Okay.
Why are they separated? Also, why do dolls still look fucking creepy? In this day and age, they should look a lot better.
So the thing with Mattel is they are going off of they begin with the Barbie figure and they alter from there. So with Mattel dolls, their center focus is Barbie and they alter based off of what you're looking to get.
That makes a lot more sense looking at it, but it makes it way more disgusting.
Yeah.
Because now, like...
Speaking of things that are disgusting...
Look at Elsa. Look at Elsa.
I need you to look at Cinderella's drawing on the box, though. She's fucked. Because this was this was the 2020 rebrand.
Okay, I was about to say, like, the past, like, few slides where, it's probably, like, 10 slides, but the past few where Cinderella's been there, she looks so different. She looks like, I don't know, like, her bones, like, shifted in her face.
Yeah.
And she's a completely different person.
Look at Rapunzel. She looks like she's not wearing makeup to me.
And not happy to be there. What a fucking creepy thing to do.
Do you want to know what else throws me off about the Cinderella? She has ears. You can see her ears. You cannot see her ears in the entirety of that film. There's like a hint of like a shadow of possibly there being an earlobe. She never has ears. The rest of the characters have ears. Cinderella doesn't have ears. This bitch has ears. Who is she that is not Cinderella? Going back.
The ears. That's
ears.
what gets you.
Yeah, it's fucking me up.
Okay.
Okay, so they are in a separate box, but so the thing you need to know about Mattel is, let's say the new up and coming doll is Rapunzel. They would make a big deal out of it, and they would put her in the center of the box as her like debut, surrounded by all the other princesses. So kids and families will go, I'm here for the Rapunzel doll, but look, here she is. She is with all her friends. Let's just buy the bulk box.
Right.
Disney makes more money that way.
Makes sense.
However, with Anna and Elsa, they can't do that. Because Anna and Elsa were not Disney princesses in the Disney Princess brand. Anna and Elsa are part of the Disney Frozen brand, which is a separate entity.
Okay, so Disney Frozen brand is a thing?
Yep.
It's a whole separate thing.
The Disney Frozen brand is separate from the Disney Princess brand.
And I'm assuming it's because Frozen fucking took off.
Correct.
And it became,
we'll get into that.
Like so much money. So much money behind that entire thing. Like, Rapunzel did so well when it came out.
Rapunzel doesn't even horse shit.
Yeah, it doesn't even shine a light. It's like nothing compared to Frozen, which is so dumb.
Okay, so even though they are not in the pink void, Anna and Elsa do everything that the other princesses who are in the DPB do. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And so Disney and Mattel market them together as much as they can in order to make money, which is why they are secluded into their own weird little blue box that is connected to the pink box. It's all one box. The only thing that's separating them is the back color panel. But it's because they are two different universes. And they are called the Disney Princesses and the Frozen Queens since the release of the second movie.
Gross.
I 1,000% concur with you.
Okay.
So with the Disney Princesses, they can be marketed under their own films and within the Disney Princess brand. With Frozen, the same toy makers want to add the Frozen girls to help boost the others, but they're separated because Frozen is on another planet of popularity and another planet of making money, so they are separated. So usually with the other girls, right, like when Rapunzel came out and they would put her in the center of the box, Rapunzel boosts the popularity of the other girls by association.
Right.
Nobody is ever going to touch Anna and Elsa in popularity, so they can't put them together because then the other dolls are essentially going to start losing money.
Right. It'll start to be like Ariel's useless now because she's in the same box with Anna or whoever. That's why, like, when you go, we haven't been to a Target in a while, but listeners, next time you're in a Target. Don't you mean Target?
Yeah, a Target, a Wally World, whatever, with a toy section. Go down the toys and you'll see about 15 feet of Disney princess branding. And then you turn the corner or go down further the aisle or whatever, and there's another 15 feet. And instead of it being pink, it's blue, and it is the Disney Frozen brand instead of the Disney Princess brand.
It's fucking me up.
They are separating it purely based on color. That is the only thing that is different here. They are the same toys. They are the same brands. They are made the same. They function the same.
Made in the same building.
The princesses themselves perform the same functions for the brand. It's just that Anna and Elsa and Frozen itself performs so much larger.
Nuts. So it's literally all down to marketing.
It's down to marketing and it's down to making money.
And it gives off icky vibes. This whole thing is icky.
You want to talk about icky? Let's talk about the 2020 rebrand.
Okay.
Look at that.
What is that? They're finally looking at each other, but
They're
like...
looking at each other, but what happened to the art?
It got fucked up, and it looks like Cinderella wants to fuck Tiana.
That was my first thought, too!
What is happening?
Oh, my God.
And then, like, Jasmine and Rapunzel are just like, we're allies, we get it.
Yeah. Like, I love that now they're starting to embrace the different features of, like, that go back to, like, ethnically where they are taking place.
Yeah.
However, and, like, race and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But you want to know what still bothers me?
What?
They're still playing true to the art style that is Cinderella, and she doesn't have the extra
Ears.
swoosh. She doesn't have ears, but she also doesn't have the extra swoosh down her nose like the other ones do, where you can see the outline of her nose. She only gets the bottom part of her nose.
Huh.
The other ones actually get a, like, bridge
An actual
situation.
nose bridge.
And it's weird.
It is weird. Huh.
Like, they've turned down the sparkles, but they're still in this void. But now they're looking at each other.
Yeah.
After Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet.
And they actually look like themselves instead of just, let me take Barbie's head and slap whatever color they feel like is correct for that.
Yes.
You know, Jasmine wears this color. Put that around her face, I guess. Give her...
Eyeshadow
yeah,
now.
give her some weird eyeshadow. Make sure she's got those tacos on her ears.
This is, like, they look like themselves drawn in a different art style. To me, this rebrand almost looks like somebody on Tumblr or DeviantArt or Reddit got a hold of the Disney princesses and went, you know, I have an art style. Let me see how I would draw them.
Right. Or, like, let me try and make them semi-realistic to a degree.
Yeah.
And then Disney said, ooh, that's a direction we could go.
And then slowly, even though we are still in 2024, things are changing again. And there has been another rebrand.
Jesus. And when did fucking the very first Disney princess movie came out in, like, what, the 30s?
Yeah.
So
And
it's
the
almost
first-
100 years later, and you fuckers finally figured it out?
And the first Disney rebrand for the first Disney princess brand situation, the 90s. The late 90s, early 2000s.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. So, look at this image. Would you classify that as the pink void? Now, all that you know is that the pink void
That's
deal?
100% the pink void.
Would it be the pink void if they were on a different color background?
No.
No?
Like, if it were purple instead, no.
Does it still have the attributes of them being in the void?
Yeah, because they're not looking at each other. They're looking directly at me. And they look like they were copy-pasted. And they don't interact with each other at all.
You're getting it. It's not necessarily about the pink. Okay. So this is the Ultimate Princess Celebration rebrand.
Oh my God.
They are still in the void, but now they interact with each other. And they can see each other. And they are in the same playing field for once.
Ooh.
Not always. Like you can see here on this image, the princesses in the pink are very much copy-pasted, but Anna and Elsa, because they're in the same universe, they seem more together.
Yeah.
But we're starting to get some more play with them, with each other, and it's less copy-paste.
Like, good, but all you had to do was dedicate an artist.
Exactly.
That's all you had to do this entire time was just dedicate one artist style to all of them and have them look like they care about each other.
Even having 10 artists making different promotional things.
Right.
You know, and having that, like, I know a lot of it's saving time and about maximizing money, which is why they're copy pasting from other
Sure, but you're Disney. You don't have to cut corners.
Exactly.
It's not necessary when you have too much money.
Exactly. Here's my fucking theory.
Give it to me.
I have a theory about this, and it is you're on the right. We're on the right track. Like,
okay,
we're on the same.
We're samesies. Got it. Okay.
Okay. Look at these images.
looking.
I think they are being marketed as friends and are being posed together and sometimes look like they are mid-selfie in order to market to children with cell phones.
Oh, shit.
The Disney Princess brand is still here, but now they are marketing to a different kind of kid, a kid that we have never seen before. I am the last generation that might have grown up without having a cell phone readily available to me at all times. I knew a time when my parents only had flip phones.
Right.
And I still remember growing up in that. But now, so like selfies weren't a thing. You weren't, if
Yeah.
you were posing for a camera, you were posing for a big camera with a lens and a flash and the whole 9 yards.
Right.
But now we are catering to a new kind of kid. It's less about being innocent and with the perfect values like we and our parents and our grandparents grew up with. It's a different generation of kids, so a new generation of marketing is beginning. It is more about, like, it's a rebrand, you know?
It's hanging out with your friends now and showing off, from this perspective, this is how we look because we're all together and I get it.
Instead of the old mentality of a girl can be a princess too, it's closer to a princess is just like you. You are not trying to be the princesses are trying to be you.
Yeah. Well,
And I can't say if that's for sure, that's just my theory.
that's a good theory, and it makes a lot of sense. Because if that is what the rebrand actually looks like the newest rebrand, because we've been through so many today, then that makes a lot more sense. Because, going back to the previous slide, you've got different personality traits in each face now.
Yep.
So you can actually get their, Moana's winking.
Yeah.
And Rapunzel's giving off
very playful, very flirty,
super flirty, but then you got wholesome Ariel in the background.
Yeah.
And then the one all the way to the left, it looks like they're all pals and but you can see their different personality coming out, and they're like, oh, I'm the goofy one, so I'm gonna wink when the thing comes on, or I'm gonna Jasmine looks just like what I would do in a picture. I do that all the time when I pose. I get it.
We're no longer trying to take Cinderella and rebrand all the other princesses to look like her and her groupie, being her girl posse.
Right.
They are their own individual people now.
And at that point, Cinderella's basically just Barbie.
Exactly.
The whole time they were using... the Barbie image and the Cinderella image was working for so long, and they just held on to that. And they death gripped that shit. And it became glaringly obvious that that wasn't working anymore. And once it hit their wallets, that's when they were like, okay, we got to actually do it right. Because we've tried over and over and over, and nothing's working.
Yep. So there is a pullback from the pink void here, but it's not total abandonment. They're still in a void, but they've got some more details now. They have each other now.
Right.
And it's about to get a whole lot worse.
Fuck.
So there's also the Dream Big Princess campaign, which is basically the princesses and children in princess costumes front and center on websites like UNICEF and the United Nations. It's gross and it's icky. The message is good. You can dream big. You can do whatever you want, that sort of thing. However, plain and simple, Disney should not be able to buy this ad space on UNICEF's website and on the United Nations website. They were front and center for a while.
I don't think I fully understand what's happening.
These pictures, or I couldn't find all the pictures, but this little girl here, she was photographed and she was put on the UNICEF website like this as an ad for Disney, as in UNICEF is trying to help fund underprivileged girls, and Disney is taking this and saying these underprivileged girls can be princesses too. However, after they put this image up, Disney started gaining more money because the people who were trafficking through the UNICEF website and people who were then tracking through United Nations website of pictures of other children dressed up as Disney princesses were buying more merchandise from Disney. So it was essentially the campaign, the message is good, you know, dream big, you can do whatever you want, you know?
Yeah.
But it's ad space that should not have ever been able to be purchased.
Okay.
And that's why it's creepy and weird, Nikki.
Okay. So I think I'm a little confused why you have a problem with Disney buying ad space, regardless on what it's associated with.
I think it's what it's associated with.
Okay.
Because it's the United Nations. And their website
So then at
should
that
have nothing to do with a corporation.
right, but then at that point, that's down to the United Nations, not Disney.
Right. But
They
it's weird
themselves-
and creepy and it's
Like,
ad
sure.
space that should not have been being able
Sure,
to buy.
sure. The combination is awful, but at that point, it's the United Nations. They're the ones to blame, not Disney
That's
here.
fair.
Disney just said, I have money.
Yeah.
Look at that. Take it. Mm-hmm. They just utilized a resource.
Yeah. But it's weird and creepy and icky and I don't like it.
I mean, yeah, it gives me icky goo things. But they're within their right.
Yeah.
So I can't be like mad, but also,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
so
weirded out.
I get it. Why do you pick things that make me feel icky?
I'm sorry. All in all, the Disney Princess brand and the Pink Void were developed in order to make money. That's it. As horrible as it sounds, Disney's prime goal isn't to make movies, role models, or perfect kids. It's money. Our parents and our grandparents, they bought into Disney. We've bought into Disney. And I'm sure our future generations are going to buy into Disney too.
What a ending message. Or do you have more?
That's it.
That's it. Wow. You're going to end it on a really icky note?
The Pink Void's a money grab. And capitalism's the worst. That's part of why the UNICEF thing gets me too. It's capitalism. Why are we selling that shit? We should just be helping kids.
Correct. I completely agree, but UNICEF fucked up.
Capitalism, it's the worst.
It's America. America is capitalism. No matter how you slice it, it could be a Disney princess or it could be, I don't know, a truck. It doesn't matter. It's all capitalism. God, I feel gross.
I'm so sorry.
You gotta stop doing this, dude. So this became a two-parter for sure.
Yeah. Likely.
Did I lose you? Are you okay?
I'm trying to think of a question to end the episode on.
Okay.
Who's your favorite character, regardless if they are a princess or not? Whose merchandise would you want to buy? Like, who would you be buying into?
Okay. You know, I know we're about to like move into like ending the episode, but real quick, I just want to say the people that are in my generation,
Yes.
the millennials that are like just Disney millennials
Yep.
that go to the parks, that really lean into that. Like, I'm not that person. I remember Disney from when I was a kid. And it's fine. I don't watch them all the time. I don't, like, buy into all of that shit. But those that do you think they know about this shit?
I don't
Or do you
know.
think they're just blinded to it because they're like, I like it.
I don't
Yuck my yum or whatever.
I have no idea, because when I was growing up, I thought Disney princesses were the worst. I thought that is like the worst thing you could be or want to be is a Disney princess, because I thought they were really two-dimensional. And I was weirdly picking up on this, and I didn't know I was.
Oh.
But we didn't grow up watching the movies, nothing. Like,
Okay.
it was just nothing. Like, I didn't want to be a part of that.
Okay.
Like, I grew up watching shows I should not have been watching, and those were and listening to music I should not have been listening to, and those were the women I wanted to emulate. Like, if it was a woman from a Nickelback song or watching Sex and the City, those are the women that, when I was a kid, was like, that's what a woman should be, not the Disney princess. Like, why be a Disney princess when you can be Carrie Bradshaw? Yuck. As an adult. But, like she's so problematic and terrible. Yuck. She's got great fashion, and I love Sarah Jessica Parker, but the character Carrie Bradshaw, awful. But,
Yeah.
like, when I was a kid, that's why I idolized. I wanted to be the girl in a Nickelback song. I didn't give a shit about the Disney princesses.
Right.
And so looking at this, it makes me
feel justified.
A little. Like, I feel like I was picking up on something that was icky, and it makes sense. Like, when I was watching Nickelodeon as a kid, and then after all this stuff about Quiet on Set came out, and now I feel like the stuff that weirded me out as a kid is justified. And by turning it off, I wasn't making that up, right?
Right.
So this makes me feel the exact same way. But like, I have friends who are Disney adults who spend their money to vacation in Disney, and that is their big thing.
And now that I know this information,
it makes me never want to touch Disney parks, never want to...
Yeah. Like, I don't even want Disney Plus right now.
People travel thousands of miles to go to the Disney park to hug a Disney princess.
Like, we've gone to Disney before growing up. I don't know if it was because we were moving and my parents were like, they're going to be devastated. Let's just take them to Disney World and hope for the best. I don't know what it was, but we went.
Go, Mom.
We went. And, you know, it was great. I was a kid. Yeah. And fantastic. But, like, as an adult, I would never fucking do that. Like, no, even before I knew this information, but that's because it doesn't appeal to me. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Not to yucky yum. Like, all my friends who are Disney adults, I'm so happy that brings you joy.
Oh, I'll yuck their yum. That's disgusting now. It's awful. Don't do it. Holy shit. It's bad.
Yeah.
You just gotta educate yourself. And, you know, I didn't know before this. I should have educated myself. But it wasn't for me anyway. Like, it wasn't something that I was gravitating towards. It wasn't something that I wanted, regardless. But now that I know this information, I feel pretty good about my choices now.
Why feel yucky about politics when you can feel yucky about Disney and their marketing?
Both. It's both, Janice.
Feel yucky about something and take a break about feeling yucky somewhere else.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I was gonna bitch about Disney and Kingdom Hearts, but like,
you have anything to say about that? Because
it's just
I grew up watching my brother play those, and I was enthralled. That was the Disney I was interested in.
Okay, so Kingdom Hearts overall, very good, very frustrating, but very good.
Yes.
One of the things that Disney did that really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way is in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes.
There is a world that you can go to that is frozen.
Yes.
And in the original idea about what they were going to do for Frozen.
Arendelle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Main character, the queen, whatever her name is. Elsa. I don't know why that escaped my brain.
She has a castle, right?
Yeah.
Like she's supposed to have a castle.
There's an actual castle in the world that is built up and everything. You can't go in there. But in the map, you can see there's an area that you could possibly be inside. And they didn't cut that out because originally what they were supposed to do is you were supposed to go in there and you were supposed to fucking beat Elsa. Because Elsa was the problem. And they said...
With a Keyblade?
Yeah.
And Daffy fucking Duck?
It's Donald, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can tell I'm not a Disney person. Donald fucking Duck.
Yeah. And
a Keyblade and Zora, right?
Right. And what they did was they said, oh, that's one of our girls. We can't have her be a bad guy. That's a bad look. We're not doing that. So what they did instead was they took Hans for 5 seconds. He has no lines. He's there for 5 seconds, and he turns into a wolf. And he's a big bad wolf that you have to beat. It doesn't line up with anything that you've already done in the story. And it's just out there, and it's like last second they were like, oh, Disney said no. We gotta make this happen. Jeffrey, get on it.
Disney said no to making Anna and Elsa a part of the Disney Princess brand, too.
Right.
Frozen made him too much money, so God forbid Elsa be the bad guy.
Right. So because of that, people got pissed off in the Kingdom Hearts community because of that. Once they found out that it originally was supposed to be Elsa was the bad guy, because with the story it makes sense. But now if you run through it and like play through that world, nothing fucking makes sense.
I watched you play through it. I was so confused the entire time.
Exactly. It doesn't play well.
And I think your sister was talking to me about it.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this?
It's so stupid.
And it's like, I get, like, here's the thing that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know any overlap between people who I know who really like Kingdom Hearts or people who just played Kingdom Hearts and hardcore Disney lovers. I know zero overlap. And I don't know if I just have a really small pool. I don't know if people are seeing it and going, oh, I really like Disney, so I'm going to go play Kingdom Hearts. In my brain, that was always a separate entity.
Yeah, because I think the people that are like Disney adults, they don't play video games, I think. And if they do, they don't want to touch Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Which is basically the other side of Kingdom Hearts. It's Disney and Final Fantasy made a baby, made a sandwich.
Instead, they play that weird Disney Alive game that's like Animal Crossing, but Disney.
Is that a thing?
It's a thing. It's a whole thing. And it looked kind of vaguely interesting to me.
Okay.
But it's got everybody in it. So it's got like Jack Skellington, and it's got, Tarzan, and it's got like the Three Musketeers.
Right.
And it's got everybody in it, and it's not just this weird princess thing that's happening.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it could be that, or like maybe they are people that play Kingdom Hearts, but they're not like really into it, because to be honest, it's kind of a drag. It's kind of it just
You say that, it's a drag. And my brother saved up allowances and worked and everything so he could buy new consoles to get the Kingdom Hearts games on.
I was the fucking same, honestly. Like, growing up, like, once I played the first game and it frustrated me to no end, I wanted the next one.
Yeah.
Like, that is just how it goes. You get mad so that you can wait to get mad again. And it's wonderful and awful and fantastic, and it's all of the things that you want it and not want it to be. But we keep buying it. And I'm going to keep buying it. That's the only Disney thing that I think I'll be buying in the future. And it's just because I'm interested in the story overall, even though it's fucking wild. And I could never just explain it to you.
Kingdom Hearts, not Disney.
Correct.
Like, my favorite part of Kingdom Hearts was when you got to go be Captain Jack Sparrow. That was the shit.
When you had to go beat
Be Captain Jack. And that was the shit. That was so cool. And then they start bringing princesses in, and I'm like, okay, this could be interesting.
Wait.
I remember Tarzan being kind of interesting.
I think I'm confused.
Yeah, you could. There's a whole thing with Captain Jack.
Yeah, but you can't be him. You can't play as him.
But, like,
he's in your party, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was
Same
confused
thing.
about. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I don't play video games. I do. I ranch my slimes, and I am a little kitty in a big city.
You're a Nintendo player.
I'm a Nintendo player.
Like, you are
because
the kind
I have stupid hands.
Which is fine. It's not my style.
That's fine.
Anyway,
Anywho.
Disney's trash. Don't buy their shit anymore. I'm going to keep playing Kingdom Hearts. I'm going to keep, buying their shit. But as soon as that story is over, I'm out.
Yeah.
No more Disney. Holy shit.
Elsa
they're awful.
should have been the bad guy in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Get these bitches out of this void.
Fuck.
Like,
Correct.
they deserve to go back to their own stories and their own people.
I'm going to be so upset if my future child is just obsessed with Disney princesses.
I'm so sorry in advance if they are.
Please knock on wood for me. I didn't mean you right now. I meant just everybody collectively. Pray for me.
Oh, okay. And with that, love you. Bye.
I love you. Bye.